Hello everyone, welcome you all. Today I am going to discuss about the important concept of TestNG framework, which is a data provider. So using this data provider, we will achieve the data driven testing. The reason behind this, so whatever data that may be in the form of any different classes that we are passing as dynamic data or from the external files like Excel or CSV that we are passing. So all this data will be passed to our test cases using this data driven, using this data provider only. So we'll show you the different approaches of the data provider. But before going to the data provider, we need to understand few important points of this data provider. So TestNG data provider contains only one single attribute, which is its name, and its names always starts with a string type only. And if you are not specifying its name, so by default it will accept the method name as a data provider name. And its return type is a two-dimensional list of objects. So everything that we declare under it, it will be accepting as a two-dimensional list. And by this we can achieve the data-driven testing. So let's quickly jump into the TestNG framework, and this is our TestNG project. Under that source test Java, I will be creating one new class and a package. So my class and my package will be data provider. So I will be going with the basic explanation. So in next session, while implementing the Excel, we will try to take an example of a website, and there we will be providing all the important information and the useful coding stuff that we need to follow to implement that Excel. We'll discuss in that session. So before we do start our TestNG data annotation, we need to start with our data provider. So here I am starting with the data provider. I will be showing you the syntax of data provider now. So once you click here, so you can see the data provider TestNG data annotations. So we need to select this, and in this we need to provide the name. So this name will be accepted as string type, right? So I will be saying data provider, and is this test data. So this is my name of the data provider, and then I will start using public. And from here, so after public, so I told, right, it's a two-dimensional list of objects. So we need to create it as a the object type method. So for that I will be calling the object here, and object of two-dimensional array. And then after I am mentioning my name as data method. Okay, so this is my name of this method. And under that, so normally what we need to provide, so it is giving an error, right? So because of we need to provide the return type for it. So I will be providing that return type now. So return type new, and it's an object, right? So object of two-dimensional array, and under that I will be passing the values. So here I will say value 1, and I will close. So we can use this as an array type only. So however we are using in the array declaration, right? So similarly we need to follow here. And this is my test2. So some different naming construct, right? And with semicolon. Now you can see this is the perfect syntax of data provider. So this is what the actual syntax of data provider. So now using this only, I will be calling into my test. So I will be creating at the rate test now, right? Our .stng.test. Now this is data provider, and this is a name that we provided for this data provider. So I need to copy this, and here I will be calling the data provider again. So data provider. So data provider, now you can see, so data provider we have two types here. One is a string type, one is a class type. So for class type I will be demonstrating another example. So for we need to select data provider string, right? And string we need to pass this data provider name, and then we need to start writing our test case method. So public void test case demo, and in this demo I will be providing this right? So we are using the data provider, right? So data provider, the values we are calling is an object type of method. So that means we can use any type of declaration in the method level when we are doing with the data provider. So here it's an object type, so I wanted to use them as a string here. So I will say string values, right? So this is the values that I wanted to pass to my test cases. So how can I pass? So for that I will be writing a sysout here, sysout. Right. Here I will say data is passed from data provider, right? So data will be passed from my data provider, so I need to provide values here. So this is uppercase, right? So now it's enough. So now using these values which we have provided here string, so from the backend, so all this data provider values that we have captured will be passed from data provider to this string arguments. So we are passing this, right, the arguments which is the values. So all these object values will be fetched from there and passed to this values reference, and then after using this value reference, that will be passed to our test cases. So let's quickly right click and run as TestNG test. Now you can see there is two executions happen, two test cases pass. So reason because we have provided, right, the data is passed from data provider from value 1 and value 2. So this is how the data provider functionality works, and we can pass the dynamic data as well using the Excel files later. Now, so we have seen, right, data provider using a data provider method. So now I wanted to implement the inheritance concept of this data provider. So I will be creating another class here. So I will be creating another class. So my class will be data provider. So I'm trying to provide you the inheritance concept of this data provider. How can we inherit the class properties, right? Examples 2. Finish. Now here I will be creating same structure, right? So this is my structure of data provider. I will be copying from here to here, right? So I wanted to pass different values here now. So I wanted to pass demo user 1 and demo user 2. So these values I need to pass to my this data provider here. So I will be changing the data provider name also. So let's say my data provider is only test data. So this is my test data that I wanted to use. So by calling this, so I wanted to use same here. So I will be copying here and pasting it. And now we need to pass one more parameter here, that is data provider class. So data provider class, we need to provide actual class, the class name. So here the class name is data provider examples, right? So we need to copy this and we need to paste it here, dot class. Now it is inheriting the properties from the other class which is in this package. So we are taking the reference of this class and we are inheriting from here to here, and all data will be picked from there. So complete and right click and run as TestNG test. Now we can see the execution is pass. So we are now fetching the details of demo user 1, demo user 2. So all the details that we are there in the other class is being printed in my console, and similarly we can pass this data to our test cases as well. So what if you are not giving this data provider class? So let's see that also. Let's remove it and save and right click and run as TestNG. So now you can see there is an error coming up, right? So because we are inheriting from the other class, right, which is in the other class location, so we are need to copy those data from there to here. So we need to inherit the properties. So for that we are using this data provider class. So this is the advantage of inheriting the properties from the other class. Now using the same example only, I will be providing multiple data sets. So here I am providing only one, right? For example, I am passing or I am logging into an application. So my application required username, password, and right. So I will be saying pass these values to my actual test case, which is here. So I will be using that same here, but I will be commenting this line, and we are taking the three different values from the data provider, right? So one value is username, password, and invalid status. So we need to create three arguments here. One is username, another one is string password pwd, and I need to pass the status, right? So these are the values that I need to pass to my test cases. So how I can do, I will be writing one sys out. So this is the code that I am trying to fetch the details from the data provider. So this is the same information that we try to pass on when we are actually working with the login functionality of any application. So let's quickly save and run as TestNG test again. Now you will see the execution for it. So now you can see it has executed, and you can see the data. So two times that he is printed the data. So one is invalid status, another one is valid status. All the data will be printed from the data provider. So this is how we deal with the data provider in case if you are using the object as in direct values, which is in hard coded values. So we can use this approach. So in next session we will be seeing how can we fetch the data from the Excel files or any third party tools that we need to pass to the data provider, and same details will be passed to our test cases. So I hope this session is useful for you. In case if you are new to my channel, do subscribe to my channel and do share, like, comment and post. Thank you.